Good morning. This is Sean with Gas Analysis Service, and today we're going to cover how to properly take a good gas sample. First thing we're checking is flow rate. We are flowing today, so that is a good sign. Next thing we're going to check is, to help get you the best sample possible, is we're going to crack our valve, make sure we don't have any condensate or water or anything that can disrupt the gas sample. So go ahead and put your earplugs on and crack your valve. So we know by cracking our valve that we don't have any liquids in our flow line. With that being said, we can go ahead and put our bushing in there, reducer bushing, tighten it down a little bit. Next step, we're going to go ahead and check pressure. You can always check your pressure on your meter run, but most of the time those are at PSI-A, which is atmosphere. We always check ours with a gauge to verify pressure. And here we are checking our pressure, and it's jumping between 18 and a half. So we're going to call that 19 PSI. G for gauge. And you'll go ahead and fill that out on your information card. Next step we're going to do is we're going to get ready to put our bottle on. What we like to always do, crack your valve just a little bit so you have a little bit of gas coming out. Set your bottle on. Let it purge any air that's out in this valve and the tip of the bottle valve. Tighten it down. And since we know we have no fluids in our flow line, we're going to go ahead and open our valve all the way. Next thing, we're going to crack our bottom valve. This is a pigtail. Has been proven to help keep oxygen out of the cylinder and give us a positive gas sample. So we're going to crack our top valve. Now, with all of our valves open, we have pressure right up into this valve. With your pressure rating, check the back of your card that comes with the bottle, and it's going to tell you right now, since we're at 19 psi, 15 to 30 psi G, number of purge cycles is 13. All of the bottles that you get from Gas Analysis Service have a vacuum on them, which means there is no oxygen, no contaminants in the bottle. But we'll go ahead and purge this bottle 13 times. Next step is close our bottom valve and crack our pigtail. Close it before all the gas bleeds off. Open and close our bottom valve. Purge number 2. And repeat this all the way through the number of purge cycles. Alright, so after we've gotten all of our purge cycles, and I didn't do them all on this setup just for length of video, we'll go ahead and close our top valve, maintaining that our bottom valve is open, our cylinder is pressurized with your gas sample. We're going to close that one. We're going to close your meter run valve. Next step, something I always like to do, crack your pigtail open. It relieves any pressure that's in the pigtail. Sometimes when you have some samples that you're going to be getting have 300-400 pounds of pressure on them, it's a good idea just to pop that open real quick, relieve any pressure before you take the pigtail off. Double check, make sure all your valves are closed. We're going to pull our bottle off. And with our bottle off, our next step, something we like to do, we like to check our valves. They do get used quite a bit, and occasionally you get one that has a bad seat and is going to leak. A little bit of water squirt in there. We're checking to see if we have any bubbles coming out. If you don't have water available, spit works just fine. Checking both valves. Neither valve is leaking. Next step, thread tape. Thread tape's your best friend because it's going to ensure that when we put our caps on there, we're not going to have any leaks. This is essentially the last barrier with your caps. The last barrier in case a valve ever came open, or you do have a slightly leaking valve that is seeping just a little bit and you don't have a second bottle to get your sample. Thread tape it, put your caps on, crank them down a little bit. That's just your last barrier to make sure we don't lose the sample and have you come back out and re-pull the sample because of a bad bottle or because a valve got open from bouncing around in a cooler in the back of your truck or anything of the sort. After that, we're going to go ahead and fill out our card. Your best bet is give us as much information as possible. C6 Plus is a standard gas analysis. Your pressure, PSIG, PSIA. Sample temperature, most of the time we don't get the temperature. Was the well flowing? Yes or no? The date you sampled it, who you sampled it, the company you're pulling a sample for. In this tutorial, we're at Black Hills Resources. Well name, we'll fill it out as the Hickoria 464 number 5. Location and source. This is a big one to give you the best complete analysis possible. So we're in section 31, township 30 north, range 03 west. We're going to fill out Lease County, Rio Arriba, New Mexico. On this one, if you know your formation, go ahead and get your formation filled out. Your meter number. Meter number a lot of times is going to be in your digital display, or it's going to be with the information your boss sent you with to get your sample. Contact information, phone number, email, whoever you want this email to, let us know. And finally, remarks. This one was pretty simple. We sampled it on the meter run. Sometimes you'll be out pulling a Braden head sample. Is it your Braden head, your casing, your intermediate? Give us as much information as possible to get you the best analysis possible. Any questions, feel free to ask us. We're always here to help and look forward to working for you and getting you some great analysis. Thank you.